Well, hello there. Today's episode is brought to you by the letters K and N. I'm wanting to put this K&N high flow air filter into my Royal Enfield Continental GT 2020. Anyone that wants the part number is RO-6518. Let's check this thing out. See what we got. One plastic wrapped triangular filter to replace the stock one. Some paperwork. Wait! Don't forget the final step. You can register this. You can maybe get some discounts. A little advertising for car stuff. Ew, car stuff. And the only reason to spend a lot of money on stuff, stickers. More stickers. Can't really see it. It says K&N. Actually, this wasn't very expensive. I went on the K&N website, put my info in. I got a 5% off coupon, and with the coupon, this was $38 and change, including shipping. Much cheaper than another brand, the DNA filters that are out there. I'm sure they're comparable. This does not come with a mounting plate. What I have are these, I had three, I just dropped one. These fender type washers. I think these will suffice. If they're too big, I'll just have to go get something else. But they should hold this in place because I plan on taking the snorkel off, or the cover off the air box. Here's my other acquisition. Good old Harbor Freight swing arm stand. I do not have spools on my swing arm for the Enfield, so this has I'll just take it apart. You see this L-shaped bracket, they're rubber coated, so you can move them in or out as necessary, and they will grab the sides of the swing arm like that. And then I can also use it on my KZ. And guess what? Someday when this chopper project is ready, I'm hoping to start it this winter, my chopper could probably use it on that too. $32 with the coupon at Harbor Freight. Doesn't get better than that. Alright, let me unpackage this, take it apart, and see if it works. I'll be back. Alright, it's put together. Basically all I did is slide these in, loosen that, slide that in. This pivots so it'll move as you lift the bike. Then you're supposed to put it under the swing arm, adjust these, and lock them in so they're the right width. And yeah, let's see how this works. I'm going to put you on the tripod. Let's see what happens. It says one-man operation. Do I believe it? I don't know. You have to kind of stand the bike up straight to use it. Let me put something under the kickstand to straighten the bike up a bit. I think that should do it. Do I want to drop my new bike? No. So you're supposed to lift and then center this thing, adjust the arms so they're equally under the swing arm. Okay, that one looks good. This one looks okay. Feels a little flimsy. Huh. A little nervous. That sucked. I should have just gone for it. Guess what? Not going to use it right now. Scary. It'll work. Just don't want to fuck with it. I'm just going to stick this brick under here. The reason I want to do that is when I put the filter in, you got to let the bike run for about 12 minutes so it'll remap itself, and I want it standing straight up. It's just a habit of mine with carbureted bikes, especially. Make sure the floats are getting full. So just call it old school stuff. All right. Okay, man, that was a little scary. So the first thing I got to do, take the key. This cover's got to come off. For anyone that's watched before, you know how much I love, and by love I mean hate, taking that cover off. Next, I pull the seat, just pull this tab, and it's as simple as that. That part's easy. And then finally, let me show you. That Allen button head bolt has to come off, and then the side cover comes off. So let me take that out. For anyone wondering, everything is metric on this bike. And finally, this top part pulls out and then the bottom pulls up. Should pull out. It's not easy. And I hate thinking I'm gonna break it. There we go. And then that pulls up. If you can see here, there's a this piece of rubber just goes down. See that? So you basically pull this out of the grommet and then pull up. Otherwise you'll snap that off or bend it. It's metal. Okay, let me get you in closer. Zoom. So this is the air filter cover. They also call it a snorkel. It's open in here. All right, I'll show you. Hang on. So, air filter cover, call the snorkel. It's open here. So that's where it draws the air in into the air filter. We're going to take this off. We're going to put the new filter in, and those 3 fender washers, hopefully they're not too big. I think this one's going to be a problem, and we'll see. Alright, I can grind them down and shape them as necessary, but let's see what happens. Okay, hang on. I haven't had this off yet, so this is kind of interesting for me. This bike has little white and green Ken marks on it, and other colors. It's the people at the factory, when they're working on it, they mark things to make sure they adjusted it, did what they were supposed to do. There's also stickers all over it saying okay, checked. Just for fun, I'm kind of keeping that stuff on there. That's pretty simple. Snorkel is off. 3 Phillips head screws. Here's the filter. It's pretty tight. There we go. Wow. It's clean. Back you out. Looks good. I live in a dusty, high desert area in the southwest. Ooh, that has a date on it. July 30th, 2019. Can you make that out? I can just see it in there. Very clean. On the inside, looks good. So, let's get that K&N filter and those washers. Here's a quick comparison. Of course they have to have the same shape and outside diameter, but the filter itself, according to K&N, there's much more surface area because the way it's pleated, and then they use multiple layers of cotton, which allows more air to... Sorry, camera died. It lets a lot more air in, but it's also supposed to filter out more particulates because it has smaller openings. And then the red color you see is the filter oil. It must be oiled. The oil helps trap the dirt and particulates as well. A lot of people will tell you, I will not use this. More dirt gets in the engine because for it to breathe better means it's allowing more air and also particulates in. Studies I've seen online, independent studies, not K&N studies, show that that's not the case. I'm sure you can find studies that show that there are, but here's the thing. The reason this allows more air in is because the way it's pleated, there's actually more surface area. If you were to take this paper filter out and pull it out end to end, you would have less surface area than this because of how many pleats, how deep the pleats are, etc. So this has more surface area, allowing more air to go in. It doesn't mean necessarily that the pores are bigger, okay? So, oh, and these, there's a big question about that too. These come pre-oiled from the factory. They have some specialty race ones that are not, but they will clearly be marked that they need oil. These do not. They come pre-oiled. The inside of the box looks good. I'm just going to put that in. I like to put the seam facing down. It doesn't really matter one way or the other. Alright, that pops right in. Let's see here. So that's too big, that's too big, and that's way too big. Let me see if I have something else before I start grinding on these. Hang on. Alright, this washer is the right diameter, but the hole's too big. So I'm just going to trace that out and grind that away. Yeah, it's going to take forever, but I want to do this today. I don't feel like waiting till tomorrow. Alright, I'll be back. Done. I'll have to test fit them. They're probably fine. I may have to tweak them just a little bit. Just to give you guys a heads up, maybe I showed a little bit video of me grinding these. You might have seen them like me doing one and then putting it down, doing another, because they were getting very hot. Then I changed gloves and I put on these really thick leather gloves I have, but sacrificing some dexterity. But I got it done. They don't have to be perfectly round because they'll be hidden, but I needed them close. They just have to fit and hold the filter in place. Just for anyone curious, this is my handy little Delta sander. I don't have a ton of space in my garage, so small tools work just fine for me. I'm not doing production work or anything, but just for information purposes, this is a rougher belt. It's about 60 grit, and then here I have a finer one. I believe this one is a 180, so I usually will take massive amounts of metal away with that and try and clean it up with that. Although this is a little broken, I need to bust out the Hobart welder and fix it. Alright, let's see if this thing works. Let's check it out. What do you think? Was I successful? I believe I was, at least on that one. Just needs to hold that from sliding out. Doesn't need much pressure or anything. And again, the side cover will cover this, so it's not like if they're not perfectly round, somebody's going to see it and comment on it. Okay, I'm not like killing them either, just enough to hold it snug, but not over tight. It's not necessary. Well, I'm happy with that. There's an outer lip, a center lip, and a lower lip. It's got a little play, but that's fine. It's not going to go anywhere. Cool. I'm happy with that. Let's throw the side covers and the seat back on and start this thing up. Oh, another plus. So, first of all, I want more airflow. Because these things are typically tuned lean, and yes, the map for the fuel is designed to overcome a lot of that, but nonetheless, it could use more air as far as I'm concerned. Also, I live a mile up, so I have thinner air as it is, so little extra won't hurt. And then added bonus, because I'm not going to put the snorkel back on, It's supposed to be real throaty and growly, which is kind of cool because my exhaust pipes, I still have the stock pipes on there. They're very quiet. I can't hear them, especially at speed. So sometimes the bike is so quiet, I find I don't quite over rev it, but I'm close. So yeah, all right, let me throw those covers back on in the seat and then we'll start it up together. All right, next step, start the bike, let it run for 15 minutes. Do not touch the throttle. 12 to 15 minutes, I'm gonna just do 15. Because it's outside on the driveway and at a bit of a decline, I decided not to put the brick under the kickstand. It's not really necessary anyway. So, and I got my timer. So I'm gonna start it, let it run. Do not blip the throttle. Just let it start and let it run. Let it remap itself. I'm curious to see what it sounds like. And I may get to ride it tonight. I may have to wait till tomorrow. Let's see. Oh, I wanted to show you this. When I moved to Greece in 2009 at 40 years old, I had to join the Greek army because I got my dual citizenship, so it was mandatory. I just did a couple months of basic training. It was interesting. So that says 11th Infantry Unit, and then our slogan was the pursuit of glory and valor. Dioke doxan ke aretin. All right, just letting you know. It's fun. Okay. What do you think? Ready to go. Starting the timer. And now we wait. Doesn't sound any different yet. So I ended up taking it for a ride after letting it relearn itself for those 15 minutes. All I can say is, damn. Wow. I'm very surprised. I'm not saying I got like more horsepower and this thing is just a beast now in that sense, but I just feel like it's running a lot more smoothly. It's a lot more responsive at the throttle. Before I would have these little, just minor pauses between throttle input. I think some of that is just normal. I know there's a company that makes a throttle booster, they call it, that's supposed to take care of that. But I think a big part of it too is just that I'm just so high up in elevation that you need some help. So I just feel like the bike's a lot more responsive, a lot more smoother, a lot quicker to pick up speed. And it sounds cool. It does have that throaty growl, especially when you get on the throttle. It's not quite as loud as I thought it would be, and quite honestly, I usually wear earplugs when I ride. I didn't do it now, just it was a quick spin, but I don't even think I'll hear it with the earplugs in, but it did sound pretty cool. So I'm happy. I'm happy I did it. It was a very easy fix. Again, it's super cheap. If you get the filter straight from K&N and you get their 5% discount, I think it, like I said, it was 38 bucks or something like that, delivered to my door. And I put it in with those 3 fender washers. You don't have to buy the fancy plates that hold it on or anything like that. You can, but you don't have to. So that's it for today. Really quick project, fun project, easy project, but I like the end results. Let me just show you real quick. I got these magnetic tank pads. It's from a place called Magnite, Knight as in knight in shining armor. mag-knight.com. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. I bought 2. I was going to put one on this bike and one on that bike, but there's so much paint on that tank. It's a long story, I'll tell you another time. And these magnets are not, they're strong enough to stay on here, but they were not strong enough to stick on there. So I ended up using both here. I put one down low so that the seat rubs into that. So when I'm sitting and it pushes on it, I don't end up wearing out the tank there. And then this one, it actually came out a little bit more around the corners here, so it was covering the gold stripe. So I just took a scissor, it's that simple, and just trimmed it back. So now, you know, from a distance, you don't really see it. Just kind of looks like the black tank and the stripes. And it's doing a good job. You can see here, I don't know if the camera will pick it up. There it is. I'm rubbing it down right there. My jacket hits it right there. So I'm happy with them. And if you buy 2 from that company, you get a discount. Seems like I'm all about the discounts today, huh? All right. I'm gonna put some foam covers over these. They're old manish, but they help with the grip. And I'm really considering new pipes. My favorite ones so far are MGO. Makes a set of Cafe Racer pipes. They're thinner, they're lighter, same length. The cone on the end is a little bit longer, but man, every video I've seen with those pipes, they just sound really, really good. I think they're only like 70 bucks. You know, now that we're talking about it, I think I'm just going to go inside and order them. It's that simple. So let's see if that happens. All right, everybody, thank you. Thanks for watching. Hope you like this. Hope you learned something. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I appreciate everybody that's watching and subscribing and liking and all that kind of stuff. It's just a fun endeavor for me. It gives me someone to talk to while I'm wrenching. So thanks for hanging out. Have a great night, day, whatever, and talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye.